again, I'm Carlton Sharp, pastor of Faith Christian Center Church right here in Beaumont, Texas. And we're here on what's happening in our neighborhood. And today my special guest is Pastor Curtis Johnson. Welcome, Pastor.
All right, it's good to be with you, Pastor Sharp.
Hey, listen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Pastor Curtis Johnson, the founding pastor of the Greater Grace Baptist Church here in the city of Beaumont, Texas, located on Laura Street, right by the old Central High School there. And we've been in ministry in this area now since '83. So that's a little bit over 36 years or so.
Wow.
So God's been good to me. He's blessed me in my own home city.
I
Thank God for that, you know.
I mean, you're homegrown.
That's right.
That's
right.
You went to all the public schools here in Beaumont?
I went to the public schools. Discipline in the public schools.
So what school you came out of?
We graduated from French High School.
Oh, you a Buffalo, man.
That's right. Class of '79. That's it.
What you say?
Right.
Now, Pastor, you are the first vice president of the Beaumont, the Baptist Ministers Union here in the local area.
That's right. The Beaumont Baptist Ministers Union. It's an organization that's perhaps yet older than I am. I'm 58. I remember that organization even from a standpoint of a child. My late pastor, the Reverend G.W. Daniels, as you know, was president for many years with that organization, and it's always been a light in the community. It's been a very helpful resources, not only for pastors, but for churches and individuals as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you mention Reverend Daniels, I mean, you're talking about a giant in our community.
That's correct. You can't really talk about Beaumont too long without making mention of the late Dr. G.W. Daniels.
Now, as a matter of fact, you were under Reverend Daniels back in the day.
Yes, sir. Was born and raised up right across the street from the church. I remember as a boy sitting on the porch watching my pastor come to the church. He was from the old school, you know. He went every day.
Yeah.
I remember him telling me in my early ministry, he said, if you go to the doctor's office, he's going to be there. So when they go to the pastor's office, you need to be there.
Wow.
You need to be there. And the shepherd is not far from his sheep.
And that's a good thing for pastors who are watching today need to understand, hey, listen.
Right. It worked back then.
It worked, and it works today.
It worked today.
It works today.
It worked today.
So who comprises the Baptist Ministers Union?
It's made up of local pastors in this area. Of course, the Golden Triangle, Beaumont, Texas, and Vicinity are made up of preachers and pastors of like faith, and we come together on Tuesday. I like the way our president says it, Pastor Sashan, that actually it's a great fellowship where pastors can come. Now, it is a Baptist Ministers Union, but we always welcome others. We have one faithful member, Pastor David Robertson. Of course, you know. He's Douglas Memorial. He's Methodist by his profession there, but he's a brother among us. So,
with his deep baritone voice.
Oh yeah, man. That David. There's only one David Robertson.
That's it. That's the only one.
Yeah.
That's the only one, David Robertson. So you guys meet every Tuesday? Every
Tuesday at the Morning Star Baptist Church here in the city of Beaumont. It's on Hollywood Street, and Pastor Rufus Parker is the pastor there. We've been meeting there now over close to 20 years now, maybe 20 years. Yeah, and that's a great fellowship. Maybe we need to see you a little bit more.
Yeah, I come every now and then, but my schedule is such, man. I'll be shooting this show right here.
Yeah, we understand.
Hey, listen. When you're at the union, you say it's a fellowship of pastors and ministers, because nobody knows what a pastor and a minister goes through but another pastor and another minister.
That's right. I couldn't have said it no better. And again, I thank God for our president. I've been around him for many years now. His wisdom is this: nobody want to put up with a preacher but another preacher. And so that's the best place for a minister if you're hurt, or if you are going through, all of us, even as pastors, I think sometimes the people forget, even we as pastors have our faults and failures, and we are affected by certain things within our families and communities as well. And it's just good to join up with other pastors It gives you spiritual motivation. And then when it's like a bunch of shepherds getting together talking about their day, and the sheep and the damage the sheep has caused, or and you just get together and you can learn so much and be empowered by one another.
And the Bible says that iron sharpeneth iron, and this fellowship is a way for us to sharpen the irons of each other.
Yeah, you got to be willing. When you speak about that, Pastor, you got to think about iron is a heavy metal. And so you got to hurt in order to get better.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, but then when you're around the brothers, they can put that, they can soothe that pain because we know what you're going through.
But you got to have the truth. You got to have the truth.
Yeah.
Even as a pastor, you got to have the truth.
And at the fellowship on Tuesdays, you guys deal with the Sunday school lessons, and then you have a word from God that comes out.
That's correct. We have the Sunday school exposition, and those fellows, man, I'm telling you, you couldn't get any better if you went to a seminary. You come on Tuesday morning, it's just like being in the school of the prophets, and man, those preachers are sharp. I'm telling you, we have a great time every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. I'm almost tempted to tell the president we need ushers on Tuesday morning. So we have a good time. We have a real good time.
And then then someone comes and gives a word.
Right. You have the Sunday school, and then you have the doctrinal. That deals with sometimes doctrine of sanctification. We dealt with the doctrine of Satan,
justification, and things of that sort.
In our faith, and things that comprise the Bible that hold us together. You got to have that doctrinal teaching.
Yeah. But now, once you leave there on Tuesday, there are several things that the Baptist Ministers Union do in the community that people may not know about.
That's right. We have different committees, just like you would in your church. We have different committees that take care of different phases of the unions and facets, such as our PR committee, which is led by Pastor Vernon Tubbs, and he keeps us abreast on things, issues, political wise, anything that affects the community. He's our eyes and ears. He come back and report on Tuesday. We entertain and listen to different politicians that may have concern, different community leaders. We've had the chief of police. We had persons from the police department, as well as our sheriff and from her department. So we're able to stay in contact with our community. We're just not on the pulpit, but we're actually involved in what happens in our community.
Mentioning the sheriff, you have a special program called the Jail Intervention Program that the ministers are able to go into.
Right. We were informed this past Tuesday that the pastors have a 24-hour door open to go to the jail and pray at any request. So we were glad to hear that.
That's good.
And because it's needed. Jesus said when I was in prison.
Yeah, you visited me now.
You visited me. Yeah, so we can check that one now.
Check box. Yeah, we got that one done. Yeah. So, but I mean, that's great that the sheriff will open the door.
Right.
To let the men of God come in.
Yeah, she's been doing a great job. And between the chief as well as the sheriff, they stay in direct communication with the Ministers Union. Either they come themselves or they have representatives throughout the year.
But now, Pastor, also the union also deals with social issues like discipline in the schools.
Right.
So talk to us about that.
Well, this ladies' event that took place at one of our local schools, and I won't go into detail, but we're concerned, and we've been having Pastor Walker again. He's with our PR, public relations as well. He handles certain things with our school. He's always in direct communication with the superintendent, board members, this, that, and other, and he's our eyes and ears there. So we get a regular report from him. That way we're able to give our suggestions and our concerns.
Gotcha.
So, but discipline in the schools now, it's not like it was when you and I were going.
No.
So we got to be rebriefed on what we could do.
Yeah, because I mean, it wasn't. You could get snatched up when we were back in school.
Yeah, and you know who would snatch you too. Yeah, and it was a danger. You really feared not the teacher.
Yeah.
As much as it's your parent.
Yeah. And all the neighborhood.
Yeah, you would rather take a discipline. Let me put it that way. From a teacher than to have mom or dad to come down to the school.
But see, when we grew up, though, Pastor, I mean, the neighbor got you, the other neighbor got you.
That's right.
The school got you, and then when you got home, your parents got you.
That's right. So, And we didn't call it child abuse back then. We called it discipline.
Yeah.
Spat a rod.
Spoil a child. Yeah, that's right. So, but you guys are dealing with those issues also.
Right, and this is a different environment of youth we're dealing with now, because as you know, growing up, we were parented not only by our parents.
Yeah.
But
it was a village.
It was a village.
It was a village.
But nowadays you have kids. The parents are telling them they don't want nobody touching their child. We never heard that.
Yeah.
And there's some justifiable reasons now. But when we were coming up, it's just a different environment.
Yeah. But the fact that the union is involved in the discussion about school discipline and even jail intervention and things of that sort. I mean, so that just shows what you're not just, like you said earlier, you're not just in the pulpit.
No, sir. They're actively involved. Now some people, they want all the pastors out on the street, all the pastors here, but you've got to work in an organized way to be respected in the community. And thank God that this organization here is organized, and we meet the needs of the community. We may not meet them all, but we're here.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Now, also, Pastor, you have an annual citywide revival that you do.
Yes, sir.
So talk to us a little bit about that.
Oh, that's really like the hallmark of our whole year is when we have evangelists to come in from any parts of the country, and they'll come in for used to be a week. Now we have 3 days now, and the evangelist, his purpose is to come and to kind of help us refocus.
Yeah, that's good.
Because even preachers need to be preached to.
Yeah.
Some would ask the question, why we won't use one of our locals. Well, locals need to be preached to.
Yeah, that's good.
So
I like that.
We'll get others from different cities to come in, and we've been having a great time. Every year it's getting better and better.
But it's not that the locals don't preach, because in the day sessions,
that's right. And then during the citywide revival, the day time revival, we use our locals.
Right.
Because this is my stance. Some of the greatest preachers, such as yourself, are housed right here in the Golden Triangle.
Right.
So, but we still need to hear from the Lord, and sometimes we need an outside person to come in, an evangelist,
right,
to stir us up again.
That's it.
We need that
to keep us in remembrance of these things.
That's right. There you go.
Hey, but now, when is it normally held?
Every year, right after Mother's Day, the citywide revival begins that Monday. Now presently that Tuesday after Mother's Day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Plus, we have our street ministry. That takes place prior to the citywide. And we're there a whole week in parts of the city, the North End as well as the Pear Orchard area, the West End. We try to cover the ground.
And I think Pastor Clarence Brown is one of the evangelists that go out.
Yes, that's our John the Baptist. That's our John the Baptist. We have Pastor Clarence Brown, as well as Pastor Mac Bronson and Pastor Eddie Petty. Reverend Petty. And they all three of them together, somebody got to get saved.
And Pastor Perry is over the evangelistic board, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's the chairman of the board.
That's right. Pastor Robert Perry is our chairman of Evangelistic.
And so right before the city-wide revival, there's a thrust of evangelism that's going on.
We'll meet and plan and make the necessary contacts that we need to do, the air attack, ground attack, just to make sure that we get the message out there, and that we have it in a way where God can bless us, because we have our part to do.
That. Exactly. Now, normally you rotate it around to different churches, and this coming year is going to be where?
We're going to be at the Antioch Baptist Church with Pastor John Adolph, and wonderful host. We go between Cathedral of Faith with Pastor Delbert Mack, and we'll spend a couple of years there. Then we'll go to Antioch with Pastor Adolph, and both of these men are great hosts, much beloved brothers, and the Lord has blessed them with the type of building that can accommodate
Yeah.
those type of vineyards. You know, we're glad for that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Now, Pastor, let's talk about some upcoming events that are about to happen in the next week. In the coming days, the Baptist Union is sponsoring their Thanksgiving service.
Right.
So let's talk about that. Why the Thanksgiving service? What's the purpose of it?
Well, I'm glad you asked the question, Pastor, because again, it's to keep us focused. Now, we know that every day is a day of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But there ought to come a time when we just have to really place emphasis on the goodness of God.
Right.
And what a great day than Thanksgiving, because we know that the world is going to have a Thanksgiving parade.
Yeah.
So the Christians ought to have a parade down there at the church house
to
remind us of the goodness of God. We need to sacrifice just a few hours to come together, those who can, and give thanks, because as you know, Beaumont and this Golden Triangle have been hit with storms and other issues, and nobody but the Lord has kept us and brought us through. So the purpose of that Thanksgiving service is to help us to stay focused, and that we may come together as one and give praises and gratitude to God.
Now, and the Bible does declare in everything give thanks.
Everything.
Now, the Thanksgiving service is going to be held where?
It's going to be this year. We're going to be back again at the Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church off of the interstate there. Pastor Gerald Bryant is the host pastor, and this year he's our second vice president. He's going to deliver the message.
Yeah, I put the information down on the bottom of the screen. It's the Baptist Ministers Union Thanksgiving service at Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church, 1165 IH 10 East.
That's right.
And it's going to be at 10 o'clock. So, I mean, the games are not on. The turkey's still in the oven.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So, I mean, so that
yeah,
that's
and
really...
we have you. We try. We don't try to handcuff the Holy Spirit, but normally we're out by 12 o'clock, 12ish. You know, we do respect the time of family time, people coming together that day. But it's a great service. That says, I can remember way back when I was a little boy, having to go to the Thanksgiving service. That was a must.
Right.
It wasn't an option, and very grateful for that. But we do that to bring all of the saints together, to come together. So if somebody's sitting there and perhaps say they don't have anyone coming in that day, they know they can come to the union that morning.
That's it.
And enjoy the fellowship of other saints.
Yeah. I mean, because like you said, we have so much to be thankful for.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we could go from the spiritual aspect to the natural aspect. There's just so much we could be so thankful for.
Yes.
So I mean, so this is going to be on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day.
Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day.
And
it's a sacrifice, but then you have to think about the sacrifice that God made through His Son. That's a good motivation, you know. And what's wrong with the church gathering together on Thanksgiving Day?
To say thank you.
To say thank you. We don't want to be guilty like the other 9.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And just get what we want.
Yeah.
And run and say, we'll see you Sunday, Lord. Come back. Thanksgiving Day.
I mean, think about this, Pastor. For 46 weeks of this year,
that's right,
God has been so good to us.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, we're looking for the other 6.
That's right.
You know, to manifest, but
and
to look back,
we don't know about tomorrow.
Yeah, we don't.
No.
And God did tell us, don't forget.
That's right.
Where our blessings come from.
Yeah.
He said, when you get your good houses and your cars and your land and all that kind of stuff, just don't forget where you got it from.
You starting to preach now.
Hey, you get 2 preachers together. Hey,
that's what's going to happen now.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to contain myself, but you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Because even with Israel, that was one of their sickness, forgetting.
Yeah.
Forgetting. And when you look around, even among our culture, that's one of our main problems.
Ooh.
We've forgotten from whence we come.
Yeah.
You know, we've forgotten from whence we come, because the Lord has certainly been good to us.
Yes, He has.
As a people.
And the church has been the foundation for our community.
Always.
Always.
And when you stray away from that, this is the result. What we're getting now from the house to the church house as well as to the school. That's the result. When you get away from God, you can expect what you see. You can expect that.
Yeah.
And you can't blame no one but the head of that house.
Yeah.
You know, because back in Israel day, the man was responsible. The head of the house.
That's it. That's it. Now, Pastor, it's not just going to be good preaching, but there's going to be some good music too.
Oh, yes, sir.
Some good gospel music.
Yes, sir. You know, we can't meet without singing. We got to have some singing. And, yeah, we got the, we're formulating a mass choir, and we don't have any, as of now, we don't have a particular rehearsal. It's just if you sing in your local church choir, you get there Thanksgiving morning, and the call is made for choir members. Just come up
come on,
and bless the Lord with your voice, and we're going to sing something everybody know.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But then also you're going to have the Sunday school lesson that will be expounded upon that day.
That's right. And you want that part of the service for those who attend Sunday school, and it's helpful for the teachers. Because the pastor that's giving the exposition of the Sunday school lesson, he's well equipped, studied the Sunday school lesson, kind of give you a head start.
Yeah.
Now, it's not meant to make you lazy now. But and I think we have Mac Pollitt on this year, Pastor Mac Pollitt, and he pastors in Silsbee. But you don't want to miss Thanksgiving service. You get singing, you get the Sunday school lesson, and plus you'll get the preaching of the gospel.
Pastor Gerald Bryan.
Pastor Gerald Bryan.
He's going to come and minister that word for us.
Yeah, he's going to be in his own home court.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a man do real good when he's at home.
Yeah,
so,
and you know where everything is?
Yeah, that's right. Everything is set right. So we're looking to have a great time in the Lord.
Well, that's great. That's great. Again, this is the Baptist Ministers Union of Beaumont and the vicinity and the surrounding areas. They're going to be hosting their annual. Now, this thing has been going on for about 40 plus years, huh, Pastor?
I'm telling you, I'm 58, and I don't remember anything else on Thanksgiving.
Wow.
But getting up, going to the Sunlight Baptist Church for the Thanksgiving or Christmas service.
Yeah.
That was already programmed in our culture. In our community. Everybody knows about that service. So, So we just want to invite the public to give you if you never been there or had time to participate, we want you to come. And I guarantee you, once you come, you're going to want to come again and again and again. You won't want to miss. It'll be a part of the routine Thanksgiving Day.
Right. Yeah. Now the theme this year is the sacrifice of thanksgiving, found in Psalms 116 and verse 17. I will offer to thee the sacrifices of thanksgiving and will call upon the name of the Lord. That's their theme in the scripture that's going to be given on that day.
That's it.
So listen, I want to thank Pastor Curtis Johnson for being here today, being here on What's Happening in Our Neighborhood. Now listen, I know that you're going to be getting your turkey together and all that good stuff, but it's going to be in the oven. So the Thanksgiving Day service is at 10 o'clock at Pilgrim Rest Baptist Church. Let me put it back on the screen for you so that you won't have an excuse. 1165 IH-10 East, right here in Beaumont, Texas.
That's right, Pastor.
If you're in Orange, if you're in Port Arthur, if you're in Silsbee.
Doesn't matter.
I mean,
if you got gas in your car,
just come on.
Just come on.
So again, I want to thank Pastor Curtis Johnson for being here, and I want to thank you for joining us on What's Happening in Our Neighborhood. And we'll see you next time, and happy Thanksgiving to you. God bless you.